Hey there, it's Diane Michael
And I'm Sabrina Mesmer.
with the Callan Group. It's our third vlog.
And today we're going to talk about the open rates and tracking the email newsletters.
When we first started the company, we actually were using a national company before we got the idea to start this company. And I was sending out email newsletters to get people to go to different events for charities. And my open rate was really low. It was about 20%. And I didn't understand that. So I did a test and I sent 6 different email newsletters to 6 different emails of my own. And then I opened them through my phone. I double-clicked the email through an email. And then I watched my email in the open pane of the email. And that's when you can just view your email on the side or on the bottom without double clicking on it to open it. And I learned why the open rate is the way it is. What national companies do is they basically take statistical data and they say if you're this industry versus this industry, and they take all of the clients that they have in those industries and they say this many people went out and this many people opened your newsletter. And then they say if your percentage is between 20 and 30%, then you're good. Well, if you only have 20% of the people opening your newsletter and you only have 500 emails, that's not very good in our opinion. It's also incorrect information because they are viewing it through their phones, they are viewing it through their window panes, and they are double clicking on it. But the only tracking that you're going to see is the ones that double click. So that's technically what the open rate is. So it's something that's a little tricky in the way that the coalitions of these national companies have put it together to market to individuals that aren't in the field and the industry itself.
Absolutely. And part of the reason why we mimic the look around your website and so on is to create the possibility for tracking through Google Analytics, which is something that we provide for all our clients. It's also available for all our clients. It's a free service through Google. And basically, by having links, hyperlinks connected to your website from the newsletter, you're able to track how many people went to your website from the newsletter. Let's say you're highlighting shoes. We have a wide range of shoes, shop online. So they click on that and they view a few, or they view the whole 5 pages of them and buy, etc. You're able to see exactly how many people went to your website from our specific newsletter sent out. You're able to see how long they were on the website. You're able to see how many pages they clicked through, etc. And those are true facts.
True numbers, exactly. And you can get those on a daily basis. And we walk all of our clients through that and or could provide it for them directly just to save that time again. The concept of the Callan Group is to save time and money for busy professionals to do email newsletters through communicating with their clients. But basically, tracking is a very important factor. We definitely believe in it. However, you really want to start thinking about what you're really tracking and what you're really putting energy into. For example, if you have a newsletter and you send it out to 9,000 people and 9,000 people open it, or 9,000 people go to your website, but nobody buys anything, then you're paying for branding, which we love that. But if the purpose of communicating with clients is to get them to buy something, to hire you for a service, or to refer you to have somebody else hire you for a service or buy something, then those are the numbers that you want to track. You don't want to. We love the fact that people track how many people go to the website and how many people open the newsletter because it definitely shows the importance of newsletters. But Sabrina sent out an air conditioning company's newsletter today, and within an hour they had 3 phone calls. That's real numbers. That's the open rate.
Mm-hmm. And it's great because there's all different ways of tracking. There's all different things that you can do other than Google Analytics to show and to kind of prove that the newsletter is being beneficial towards your marketing budget. One being coupons. For one of my restaurants, I offered a coupon, and you either had to print it out and bring it in or show it on your smartphone. And they had a 10% response of people coming through and coming in within 2 weeks of the newsletter going out, because we always give an expiration date. You want to make them come in as quickly as possible after that newsletter was sent out. Also, we had a promo code for quite a few of our hotels.
Mm-hmm.
On top of promo codes, you also had a landing page. So if they said book now, it went to a specific landing page. So you're able to track how many people actually wanted to book now, whether they followed through or not.
Exactly. And those are the numbers that you want to look for. So in a wrap up, just be conscious when you're speaking industry lingo and open rates and tracking. As a business owner, the biggest thing that you want to do is drive sales or service. And so that is what email newsletters do best. We drive your name, your business, your sale into the phones, the email boxes of your clients, prospects, and friends and family. That's what you want to look at, and that's what we suggest tracking, because you can have, like we said, 9,000 people go to your website, so you just paid for 9,000 views, and that's it, but there's no sales made. So branding is important, and tracking is important, but remember what you're tracking, and remember that it is about sales, not numbers.
And don't forget that it's always nice to add something personal. Some of the best responses I've ever received from my clients' newsletters was when they highlighted something about their personal life, whether bringing a new grandson into the world or their puppy, something about a brand new puppy that they just bought. And you'd be amazed on how many people responded to that. So it doesn't mean that they're not using your service, but it's a great way of actually seeing the people that may not have called you and set up an appointment or hired you yet, but they're receiving your emails and they're reading them, which is a great way of just communicating to them on their level, on a personal level, and having to share a little tidbit about yourself.
And that also brings up one more quick comment, is that if the newsletter goes out, and we just had a client that it accidentally went out a few times. And it's funny because my boyfriend says, well, did you charge them more money? But because sending the message out more than once, it just gets more visibility, it gets the name out there again. And that client had 2 phone calls within 5 minutes of their clients basically saying, hey, do you know that you sent this twice? That is unheard of, to have a response that's that quick. But with technology, having an email go out and a second later it ends up on the other side of the world, it's just amazing. But when someone calls you from your newsletter, whether it's to a spelling error or saying that it went out twice, use that opportunity to then talk about the special that was in that newsletter. For example, at that time you can go, oh my gosh, thank you so much for letting us know. I will let my marketing specialist know that there was this error, because we have someone else handling that for us. But did you see that there's a special for Valentine's Day coming up? Haven't seen you in a while. Would love to have you come in.
Turn it around into positive business.
Positive business. And they're calling you. How many times a day does your phone ring? Nowadays it's not ringing that much. If we provide a vehicle for you to get phone calls, turn it around on the sale. If someone says, I saw that you adopted that puppy, what else did you see in that newsletter? You can turn around and say, hey, did you also see that we're doing a referral program? Do you have anyone that you know that could benefit from our services? It's really important to put that salesperson hat on, because when you have a product, a service like ours, it's bringing your name and sales to the visual of your clients, and then they call you. You gotta take it from there. We gotta hand that off to you. It's like throwing that football down the field. It's your turn to get the touchdown and get the sale. We provide that vehicle for you. So Absolutely. Just something to, just that we've heard it all. We've had so many stories where we go, well, did you tell them that they need to come in for service? And they're like, well, no, they were upset that there was a spelling error. Well, that's okay. They're upset, but they called.
We always get questions from people that are clients and non-clients, and know that we're always available for consultations of your tracking and or what you're doing with your marketing department, or with your newsletter on your own if you're trying to do it by yourself. So please feel free to call us for a consultation at any point in time.
And check out our services and samples online at thecallangrp.com.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.